In this video, we'll look at quartiles and deciles. Quartiles divide data into 4 equal groups, denoted by Q1, Q2, and Q3. Note, Q1 is the same as the 25th percentile, Q2 the same as the 30th percentile, and Q3 is the same as the 75th percentile. And here we see how that's divided up. We have our lowest data value, our highest data value, and this is divided into 4 sets of 25%, divided up by Q1, Q2, and Q3. Quartiles can be computed by using the formula given for computing percentiles on page 153 in the book. For Q1, use P equals 25 and so forth. However, there's an easier method. To find data values corresponding to Q1, Q2, and Q3, first arrange the data in order from lowest to highest. Then, find the median of the data values. This is the value for Q2. Find the median of the data values that fall below Q2, and that's the value for Q1, and find the median of the data values that fall above Q2, and that's the value for Q3. So, for example, traffic violations, yes, again, using the same data as before, find Q1, Q2, and Q3, and here is our data. So we're going to first arrange the data as we did twice before, 9, 12, 15, et cetera, and then we find the median of that data. There are 10 data values. The 2 middle values are 18 and 19, and Q2 is their average. So Q2 is 18 plus 19 over 2, which is 18.5. Then we find Q1. There are 5 values below Q2. We find the middle of those, that's 15. 15 is the median, so Q1 equals 15. And then finding Q3, the 5 values above Q2 are 19, 20, 22, 24, and 25. We find the middle one, 22. That's our median, so Q3 is 22. Quartiles can be used as a rough measure of variability. The interquartile range is the range of the middle 50% of the data values, the distance between the third and first quartiles. The interquartile range, or IQR, is Q3 minus Q1. As an example, we again deal with traffic violations. We find the interquartile range of the data set we've been using all along. It's the last example. In the last example, we found that Q1 was 15 and Q3 was 22. So the interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1, which is 22 minus 15, which is 7. The interquartile range is equal to 7. Like the standard deviation, the more variable the data set, the larger the value of the quartile range will be. Finally, we'll talk very briefly about deciles. Deciles divide the distribution into 10 groups. They're denoted by D1, D2, and so on, where D1 corresponds to P10, D2 corresponds to P20, and so forth. Also, D5 is equal to P50, which is equal to Q2.